The topic today is What's Up with WhatsApp. And our presenter today is Dr. Glenda Rose. Welcome, Glenda. You are ready to go.
Martina and Antonia, Martina is one of my international students. She's a businesswoman from, it works in Slovakia. She's from Germany. And Antonia is one of my local students. She's an advanced student here at the local ESL, and she works in the Bastrop ISD school system. So thank you. They're going to actually help me demonstrate what we do with WhatsApp in our classes. So thanks, Martina and Antonia, for coming. And then I have a couple of others that are on standby. Ines, who's a professor in Brazil, is on, and Sandra, who's a professional woman in France, is also on. So they will be helping me too. But I figured since they were giving up their time, I should invite them to participate in the webinar as well. It's good practice for their English too. So what happened with WhatsApp is, and they usually say what's up instead of WhatsApp. Denise, your hand is up. It's blue. Do you have a question for me? Or is you just didn't put it down? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to continue. If you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat for me. So what it is, if you haven't heard of it, it is freeware, which means it's free, and it is cross-platform messaging. So it doesn't matter if you're on an iOS or an Android or even on my computer. You can connect over your internet connection and send text messages. I've even done this from a plane with my students. I've actually contacted them from an airplane to let them know what was going on. So it's very versatile. And not only does it do text messages, it also does voice over IP. So you can actually call students or call people internationally on this at no charge, just like Skype or Zoom or something like that. Now, I have enough social media accounts already that I was not interested in getting another account. Does anybody else feel like that? I have enough. I've got Instagram, I've got Twitter, I've got LinkedIn, I've got Facebook. I didn't need anything else. But my students, my local students, were using this platform. And it turned out to be my international students also are using this platform. So it became a very easy way to communicate with students. So we're going to talk about how I've done that. What I have over here is a screenshot of one of our advanced class meetings, and you'll see that I have given them links to a poll that they can complete as an answer garden poll as part of the class, and then an article, and then I've actually got their idioms and their phrasal verbs posted so that they could practice them during the week. So I'll show you what the other, as I go through if I forget, those are screenshots from actual classes. So here's what you can do. This is one of my beginning students. Back in May, I will not be able to go to class today, and can you please send me the homework? Now, she's a beginning level ESL, so this is exciting to me. She is able to write the sentence in English to me, and even though she's very reticent to speak in class, she's one of the people in my local class that is very willing to share on WhatsApp, which I think is great. And so she wasn't able to come. I actually was able to take a picture of the worksheet we were working on at that moment, 5:40 p.m., 6:09 p.m. And so she actually came back to the next class with that completed, with that activity completed, so she wasn't behind. So that was a really exciting thing that we did in that instance. So I can use it with my beginners, and I can use it with my advanced, and I can use it with multi-level, and it works very well. So what you can do with the app is you can send text messages over Wi-Fi so you don't use your data. It will work on your data plan, so if you're not on Wi-Fi, you can send the message, but then, of course, it's going to have your data rates apply. So if you're not on unlimited data, you want to keep an eye on it. You can send images, photos, screenshots, and including videos. You can send videos. Martina, that's in the room, she likes to send videos of her new grandbaby, which is great. It's a good, happy way to start the day. And then you can also send files. As you saw, I sent a PDF of an article. And you can leave voice messages, which is great for English as a second language. I can actually just ask a question, which I often do with my beginning classes. I'll say something like, "It's noon, I'm eating lunch, what are you doing?" and have them respond so they can practice orally too. And then you can also have a video chat. Now the WhatsApp has a desktop module, which we're going to look at. or platform, but you can't do the video chat from the desktop version. It has to be from the phone version. Any questions so far?
I don't see any questions so far, Glenda.
Well, let me ask this. How many of you are already using WhatsApp with your family or friends or something like that? Or with your class, if it's better. Ronald is? Ronald, are you using it with family, friends, or class? Both. Okay, great. So you can pipe in anytime you think of another way to use it that I haven't thought of yet. Not yet. Dr. Purdue says not. She has not, but your daughter's in China. You know, when I was in France, too, that was the main way I communicated. And that's Sandra. Is that my Sandra? That's another one of my students, I think.
Okay, I just sent her how to connect, Glenda, because I don't think she's connected to audio. So
She may be having a problem with audio. Sandra's been on WebEx enough; she should know how to do that.
Okay,
plenty of time to know how.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. It's a lot of versatility. Yeah, it's huge all over. You know, this is how it got started. My students were using it because it was an easy way for them to communicate with their families back in their home countries. I am primarily an ESL teacher. So they already had it on their phones because they were using it for international communication. I was trying to get them, I don't know, on Facebook groups. I was trying to get them on Remind. I was trying to get them pretty much on anything where I could communicate, Google groups, to them as a group. But I found that this actually worked the best. Oh, I think Google thought I was talking to it. My phone came up and said, that's great. Okay. So we want to practice this. I want this to be a hands-on activity, and I set up okay. So if you have not already downloaded the app to your phone, if you don't already have it, please do that. You can get it from the App Store, and then you create your account if you don't have one. If you're going to use it from your computer, which I do with my classes, then you also need to download the whatsapp.com/download app so that it'll be on your computer. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is the desktop version of the app. And you can see I have a couple of classes. Here's my local class. This is my international class. This was last fall. And these are groups, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, as well as individual people. Now, my student here, who's a new student, gave me the wrong phone number. So I added her to my WhatsApp, and that person actually was on WhatsApp because I added them by phone number. And it was kind of funny because the person's like, I think I'm in the wrong class. Okay. For the desktop version, it's whatsapp.com/download. Okay, so Sandra's trying to reconnect. Okay. And then if you go to whatsapp.com, you can get the QR code, and that is how you connect your phone to your desktop version. So I'm going to disconnect my WhatsApp from my phone really quickly just so I can show you that. Oh, and there's another interesting thing I've noticed. If I use this on my office computer, it tells me I'm using it at another computer. It makes me choose which computer I want to use it on.
Glenda, can I jump in for a minute?
Kay, go ahead.
Kay, can you hear me? Kay, go ahead and just, I'll put the directions in the chat pod, and you want to look at the screen at the same time while you're downloading the app onto your phone, okay? All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll put the steps back in the chat pod again and kind of see if you can do that, okay? Because you should have your cell phone out, try to download the app on your cell phone, and then follow along with Glenda. Okay, thanks, Glenda.
Okay, so when you are trying to connect your phone, the first time you're going to see this, when you log into that desktop version, and I'm going to show you on my, hopefully I can show you, on my phone here. In order to connect that, I use the menu bar up here, the little three dots, and I click on WhatsApp Web. So to connect my phone to my desktop, I click the menu bar right here, and then I click WhatsApp Web. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a computer, and it's going to ask me to scan that code. So I'm going to go back over to WhatsApp, hold my phone up to scan that code, and it brings me right back in. So if you get disconnected, that's the easiest way to get back in. Any questions on that process for connecting your desktop and your phone version of the app? Because that is important, I think, for teachers. It makes life a lot easier.
So in the App Store, Glenda, whether it's the Apple Store or the Google Chrome Store, you just look for WhatsApp, right?
Right, exactly. So
Okay.
I have an Android phone.
Mhm.
So if I am actually looking for it, so let's go back to my main screen. I go into my Play Store, just look for WhatsApp, and it'll be the green icon. Of course, it's already installed on my phone, so it just says open, but you would have install here. But it's the green icon with the bubble, speech bubble with the phone in it. That's how you get to it. It is free. It's not even a very big file. It works very well. Any other questions?
Yeah, I don't see any, Glenda.
Okay.
I don't see anything. I'll let you know when there's a good stopping point. I'll let you know if there's questions.
Okay, and I would really like people to ask questions as they go along if they are a little confused, because I think this is a really good tool, and I want you to be able to use it next week if you want to.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, I'll let you know.
So I will stop sharing here. Let's go back to the PowerPoint.
Okay, so I'm going to jump in because we do already have a question. It says it's Denise. Dr. Purdue says it's not scanning on my phone, so I'm not sure what you mean, Denise.
So you downloaded, you've got WhatsApp in both places. You've downloaded it and installed it on your computer, and you've got it on your phone. Okay, and you're using the plus within WhatsApp, not your QR code reader, to scan that QR code? You had to go to settings on your phone? Okay, so Ashley, what kind of phone do you have? iPhone? Yeah, so I have an Android, so it may be a little bit different. That's a good to know for anybody watching this later. Android and iPhones are different. Then you had to go to WhatsApp Web. Okay. You're at the screen with the code on your desktop. Okay, and you're holding you've asked WhatsApp, the application, to add that computer. And when you hold it up to that QR code, it's not reading it. Okay, so something's either wrong with it's not getting the permissions to use your camera on the iPhone. I would try just doing it from the main screen since it is a QR code. With iPhones, you don't actually have to use a QR code reader. You can just use your camera and see if that works. Otherwise, I would have to do some research on the WhatsApp to figure out what the troubleshooting there is for the iPhone. I apologize, but I'm just not an iPhone expert at all. Oh, oh, yep, I got it. Woohoo! Yeah, you always have to you always have to do the plus. Once you do it once, you shouldn't have to do it again, Martina. Unless you log out. If you log out, then you have to do it. If you just leave it running, it's okay. She got it. She got it, Liz. Thanks. I'm looking at the chat for anybody watching this later who's not seeing the chat. She got it. And then Martina says she always has to add her phone back. And then Liz offered because she got it on her phone, and we're all good to go. Okay, so we are all on WhatsApp at this point. Everybody has it. Whether or not you're connected to the desktop is not important as long as you have it on your phone. We are good to go. And it does pull in from your contacts. So I noticed that Ashley said, oh, holy cow, I've got a lot of contacts already. So yes, anybody that you have in your contact list that has a WhatsApp account, because it's identified by phone number, it will already bring them into your WhatsApp account, which is great if you're traveling and trying to contact family. Okay, so we're all on the WhatsApp account. That's great. Next. So we did this. Click on the speech, add a new contact. If you do not have me as a contact, those of you who don't know me very well or just have never gotten a text from me, add me as a contact, and then look for me in WhatsApp and send me a message. So here's my cell phone number. Now, I know Ashley and Liz, they already have my phone number, so if I go over and share my... So Ashley's already sent me a message that says, this is pretty cool, and Liz has got, it's on. And you hear that bink. Mine is set up so I get an audio every time somebody sends me a message. And this is one of the things I like about my class, too. When we're doing a class, even on a webinar, I usually use Zoom now for the webinars that we do together. But if there is a problem, they will message each other, and I'll get a message like this. Sandra is trying to reconnect. Her audio was not working. Especially the people that are in Europe and all of their SIM cards work together because, mine does not work over there. So if you can, do you need my phone number again, folks? Yes, you need my phone number again. Okay, let me put it down here. That's my phone number, 512-789-5131. Now, If I don't have you as a contact, there is another way I can add you to a group, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit. But the easiest way for me as a teacher is to have the student in my phone already as a contact. Need your number again. Okay, there it is, folks, 512-789-5131. So you add me to your contacts, then go into WhatsApp and try to send me a message adding a new. Let me share that. I should probably share that. Let me do that. So, Ronald, I don't have your phone number. Can you send that to me in a private chat? I don't think I do. I might. I don't think I have it. And then I can actually, down here at the bottom is the new message icon. And I can add a new contact here. That's another way to do it. Oops. I think Ronald just got a hold of me. And I can add their name and work and phone number here and save it, and then I'll be able to message them. So here now I have Ronald's information up here. I'm going to add her to my contacts, and that's going to merge it with my phone, which is nice. Create a contact. I'm looking to see if I already have you on my phone. No, I guess not. Okay, I'm just going to save that. And so now I've got her as a contact. So if I do need to text message you, I could, but I can also just contact you here. Notice her status says online. So you can actually change your status in WhatsApp. Add a status update, and I can do that. There's Ashley Winkle. Hi there. Thanks for this cool web. I got a gift. Did you send a video? Oh, look at the puppy. That doesn't make you happy. Okay. If you're wondering why I'm hovering, I'm watching the screen and using my phone, and I'm not comfortable with this. So I don't know who this is. 993 number. I'm going to decline that because I don't know who that is either. So who's 993? Add you to my contacts. Sonia. Okay, I'll add Sonia. Sonia, I'll probably have to get your last name because I have too many Sonias in my phone. Or I'm not sure. It might be Sonia. I'm just so used to Sonia. Hogan. Okay. All right. So let me go back to WhatsApp. So you can add them directly inside of WhatsApp. I usually add them to my contacts first because I show my contacts to my student, make sure they have it right, and then add them. All right, there's Denise. And again, I'm just going to add you to contacts. Is that somebody actually, one of you guys calling me? Okay, well, I'm going to decline it because I don't know who that is. Okay, create account. And that's Denise. Okay, yeah, I'm going to need your last name too, Denise, because I know it's not one of these. Denise. Should be able to see it over here. Oh, that's right. Sorry. I should know that. I have the memory of an ant. Look, you're already in my phone. That's okay. Yes. This is your mobile. This must be your work. The other one must be your work, so I'm assuming, because I probably called you at work last time I talked to you. Okay. All right, so we're good. We're in. Everybody else is in. I'm not going to add anybody else, but you see how you can just add people very quickly. We're all good? I could have done the same thing, by the way, on the app. I could have gone over here and done the same thing, and I can add you as a contact here also. When you have your account, you notice we have our pictures here. It's going to pull, it'll pull from your other accounts, or you can actually just click on this, and then you can click on your bubble here and change your picture. Now, I'm going to talk about groups in a little bit, and I think it's really helpful for me to have the groups have an icon of some sort. Okay, so we're in. Those of you who want to be in and who want to demo. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to talk about creating a new group. And so we're going to, when I created this group, for example, this demo group, you have to have at least one person. So you can't set the group up so far in advance if you don't have any students. Oh, Enos is on too. Hi, Enos. So you can do the group when you have at least one person that you're going to put into the group. So create the new group, and then you give the subject of the group here, add at least one person, and then you're going to do all your settings. So let's take a look at that. Might be easier to do live. Unless one of you wants to set up one and we can watch you set up a class one already. Does anybody want to be presenter and Ashley want to set up one? Set up a group? No takers. You might. I can talk you through it. I know you can figure it out because you are a guru. All right. So what I want you to do you have WhatsApp on your desktop, Ashley? Okay, are you at your desktop where you can share your screen? Okay.
I think so.
I'm going to take myself off mute.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to make you presenter for a moment.
Okay.
And if you'll share your screen on the WhatsApp, we'll get you to set up a group.
Okay.
No, thank you. Just got a note, my dog that had surgery this morning doing great. Thank you for volunteering, Ashley, voluntolding, whatever the case.
You're welcome. It's in the process of something. Do you see anything? Because I have a blank screen right now. I think it's because
I'm seeing a blank screen. You shared?
Because I have two monitors on. I'm not sure if it's going to work.
That's okay. You know what? I can do it.
Yeah, no, I'm stuck. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. Can you make me presenter again?
I can't do anything. I shouldn't have done that.
Okay. Anne-Marie, are you able to get
Sorry.
back?
Technology.
Let me see here. Let's see. Yep, here you go.
Thank you. So let me try it from here. I'll just show you guys. I'll just set up a new group. Let me do it here. It's easier here. Okay, so if I want to create a new group, when I hit the plus button, I'm probably going too fast, so let me do that again. So up here at the top, I have my status. I can look at the status of different people. I can do a new chat. I can, create a new group, profile, whatever I want to do. You can actually star conversations for later if you want to get back to them. There's your settings. So in your settings, it's your notifications. I have my notifications turned on the desktop alert so that I know if one of my students is trying to get a hold of me. You can have wallpaper in your desktop settings. It'll tell you start WhatsApp at login, whether you want to just automatically start it when you start the class. Now I hear some things going on in chat. Oh, from Ashley and Liz. So now, Liz, if I don't log out, it doesn't make me scan it again, but Martina was saying that she has to do it every time. So I guess it depends on your phone and your computer setup. So Liz's question is, will I need to scan my phone to use the desktop version every time? And I don't have to. The only time I have to do it new is if there's been an interruption in my service for some reason, or if I've used it on another computer, like my laptop, and then came back to my desktop. It will only let me log in at one at a time. It keeps logging you off. Okay. I wonder why it's logging you off. It might be some security. If is it the T-call computer? Okay, it might be a security issue with our T-call computers. Because they got that stuff locked down. so I do have it on my desktop at work though. Yeah, so Martina clarifies it's only necessary if you log off from your account. Yes, if I log off, it's going to ask me to add it back on. But I just generally don't log off. I just let it run. Okay, so I'm going to add a group. So here we go. I'm going to add a group, new group, and then you have to add at least one person. I'm going to add Amy. She doesn't know what I'm doing. I'll add one of you guys. Let's see. I'll add Liz. So once I've added at least one person, now if I have everybody already in my phone, I can add them all here. That's clear, right? So if you already know all the people you want, you can add them all at one time. But I'm just going to add Liz just as a demo, and then I'm going to delete this group. You can add a group icon. This is what I think is important for groups. It also helps the students to identify your class more quickly. So I'm going to upload a photo. Let's do, I don't know. Let's do TCAW. We'll just do that one. That's good enough. Nope, Liz wasn't even in that one. That's okay. So then, of course, I have over here, well, I got to give the subject. So this is practice. All right, so now I have a new group, practice. Now, if I wanted to add you to that group, I'm going to show you how to do that with the demo group, because this is what I was going to do. So before I do add you to the group, I'm going to ask my students, all of them that are here, to go into the demo group and post a picture or a video or a chat or a voice, leave a voice message. I know Enos likes to leave voice messages for us. Whatever it is that you want, but just show them how you normally use this to communicate with each other. I made them switch from WebEx over to WhatsApp, but they're usually really good at this. We'll be in a class and I can hear it, them going back and forth. Especially nice when I'm doing a webinar and somebody gets knocked off. So somebody gets knocked off of the webinar through Zoom for whatever reason, and they will send a message through WhatsApp, hey, I got disconnected, getting back on, or whatever. So it lets me know what they're doing. So for distance learning, that's a really great thing to have. So I'm curious, are you typing? Just going to ask them. I could also, click this microphone. You got to hold it down if you're going to leave a voice message. Hey guys, are you going to respond? Oh, look. Now this happens sometimes. There we go. Oh, birthday parties. Oh, look at that. Team SISD birthday party for Piggy. That's from Liz. Oh, Martina left us a message. Let's see what it says.
Hello, it's me, Martina. I'm happy to be here and to help you to see how we work usually in this group. Greetings from Slovakia. Bye.
Thank you, Martina. Greetings from Slovakia.
Glenda, when you have a minute, I just want to let you know that Dr. Perdue has a question. She says, how effective is it for distance learning again?
Oh, how is it effective? Okay, so it's because, not just distance learning that's asynchronous, where we just assign them a program, but if you're doing distance learning like I do, where we have video conference meetings, occasionally what will happen is the student will lose the video connection. Something will happen where they're not able to get online. But they will be able to contact me through WhatsApp for whatever reason, I guess because it's on their phone and not on their computer. And so they'll just let me know, hey, I got kicked off the computer, I'm logging back in, so I don't have to wonder what happened to that student. I've also had students, and this is hilarious, and Martina, Ines, Sandra, I know you know who this is, but I've even had a student participate in the class from the pool while she was on vacation, which was really interesting, on her phone. So that also makes it nice if you can get students on this as they're traveling, they can do that. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. So as a teacher, like you saw me hold this down to leave a voice message, Martina left a voice message back. So other things I can do is I can attach a file. So right here, attach a document. And I can go to my Google Class Drive, if I can find it. This is my Google Classroom class, local class. And if I wanted to send all of you, what we're doing tonight is the hospital. Yeah, we're doing the hospital. So I can send that to you. So I can then send that to my students, and they have no excuse for saying they don't have a copy of it. Of course, it's also in Google Classroom, so they should have it, but just in case. Martina, is that one of the puppies? One of Dasha's puppies? One of my students that's not here raised.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The last one.
The last one.
When we were speaking about Dasha.
All right, and remember,
take it from the pool.
Dasha's beside the pool in the class. So here's that you can star messages. Remember I said you can star them? There's where you can star it. I can also download this image if I want to. So everybody clear on how I connected a document? And then they'll have the option to download that document. So other things you can add, you saw that you can add pictures and videos. You can also turn on the camera, and you can send contact information, but I'm not going to do that. Sonia, how do I access the group chat? Okay, so now if I want to add somebody to this group, if I want to add you ladies, yeah, we don't have all ladies today. If I want to add you to it, I can go here to group info. So the 3 menu dot over here in the corner, go to group info, and then I can come down here to add participant. Now, if I have you in my phone already, in my contacts, I can add you directly here. But I can also, and this is what I did on Classroom. This is much easier on Classroom. I can invite to group via link. So I can copy that link, I can put it in the chat in my WebEx, and then all of you can join the demo group. So if you want to click on that link, you can, if you've got it on the desktop, you'll be able to join the group. Liz sent a photo. Finally Friday. Amen to that.
Hey, Glenda, this is Ashley. Just a quick question because I was playing and I think I missed it. Did you say that once you have created a group, you can add somebody manually? I know you can do the link, but can you also add them manually?
Yeah, so let's do that again. So if I want to add, for example, if I want to add you directly to this group, I go to group info, and there's a couple of options under participants. It's add participant and invite a group via link. So if I wanted to add you specifically, I could come in here and search for you and add you, and it would automatically add you to the participant. And then you would have to, if you didn't want to be in that group, you would have to leave the group.
Glenda, can I jump in here for a minute? Ashley, you could do this with all the motivated teachers at Elcott and create a group just for them to share things.
Yeah, this doesn't have to be just for students. I mean, this can be for anybody.
That was going to be my next question. You guys are reading my mind or something. Because we were talking about using Slack, but it's not really catching on, I guess. And I feel like this is more fun.
And I think it's also so easy because it's right on your phone and it's on your computer. So either way, you can get it very quickly. It's very dynamic. It does a lot of different things. Anybody else from my students want to say anything about how we use WhatsApp? Feel free to talk. Students/friends, all these are friends too. We've been around long enough. They're all professional women like we are, so it's a weird dynamic for teaching.
Well, Glenda, I'm thinking from a ESL perspective, especially with international students and, well, maybe even ABE students, just more than remind, just keeping track of them and helping them stay motivated and persist from a where are you? Can someone find, that type of I'm thinking just from that
Yeah,
perspective.
that is a great point, Anne Marie. Martina, Sandra, and Enos, you don't mind if I show our group information, do you? That's a leading question. Do you mind if I share our group information? So I give you an option to say no or yes.
In the chat pod, I didn't say the right word. I said it's hard for students to hide with this app. That's what I said.
So this is, we've been doing this for a lot. And what has amazed me is during the week. So our classes are on Sunday morning. And thank you, Martina. Thank you, Enos. So you can see, here we go. Let's see, where's Sunday? So this was Sunday during class, I think. Is this Sunday during class? Was June 9th a Sunday? Yeah, June 9th was a Sunday. So this is during class. And they are letting me know who's traveling. Sandra was traveling that week, and they're going back and forth. So, and there's the Zoom information for our class when it starts. There's the information we were doing in our class. Now look, what happens here is we start seeing information during the week. They're going back and forth. And these are all English language learners, so they're all practicing during the week without me having to do anything. I'm not in this conversation. You don't see my name once here. Very rarely do I jump in because I'm usually doing something else. But they just communicate with each other all the time inside of the group. And send pictures. That's Dasha. She's not here, so I don't want to scan her group. And then I invited them to see if they could come to the demo to get the students' version of this. Liz says, this could be part of the orientation process where students are taught how to install the app. You probably won't have to teach the students. The teachers, maybe. Most of the students will probably already have it, and inform them that the program will connect them through this message. Yeah, that's great. And Ashley says, I just created a group with a few of my current students and asked if I should switch to WhatsApp, and they said, perfect choice. Yeah. So compared to the other things that we did, I'm specifically asking Martina and Enos and Sandra, like we did Schoology, we did a Facebook group, I don't know what else we tried, just email. WhatsApp seems to be much more convenient for you to connect with each other as well as with me. Is that a fair statement? Martina, Enos, Antonia I think left. And Sandra?
Yes, I think it's the best.
So I think it does seem to get them more motivated to actually participate. This is my brand new, my summer class here in Bastrop. And these are mostly low-level. Antonia's in that class, but she's high-level. But these are mostly low-level people. So I just created this group for them. Now you hear, this is the one I was talking. I added somebody, and she left. And so I texted her directly and said, hey, why did you leave the group? And it turned out I had the wrong phone number.
I don't want to lose this comment in the chat pod. Ashley made a good point. She said two good points in the chat pod. Liz said that it would be great to teach them how to use this app during orientation and walk them through and get them going during the orientation phase with new students. And then Ashley said it's much more community driven, which I think is a really good way to describe what this is. It's community driven. So I wanted to pull out those 2 points.
Okay, great, thank you. And I do want to show, Sandra, thank you for doing this. I don't know if you did it on purpose or not, but Sandra made a post and then she deleted it. So students can go actually back and delete their post if they delete something that they decided they don't really want to share. And I can actually go back and delete a post or reply privately or forward the message or star the message. But I can actually delete the message as the administrator. I can delete it for me or I can delete it for everybody actually. And that can help you keep it a little bit cleaned up if you want to. So maybe they posted the wrong photo. Whoops, that's not the photo I wanted to share. They have that. It is also nice that you can delete things. Okay, we are running out of time. I cannot believe this. Okay, so let me stop sharing. Go back to the video. I thought I wasn't going to have enough material for a whole 1 hour. Okay, and I think most of you have already practiced sending a photo or a file or a video. There was one other thing I wanted to show, have a video chat. That's the one. That only works. Sandra, can I call you? Or Martina, who's available that I can call?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So I'm going to show, not this screen, I want to show you this screen. So if I want to talk to Martina, and I can do a video call or a phone call. And she's not going to see me because I'm up here.
I see that. Okay.
I'm not sure what we're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, we have an echo, sorry.
Yeah. And it doesn't work properly because I have to work person on.
Yeah, and I forgot about the audio feedback, so I'll stop the phone call.
Yeah. Okay, let it work. Thank you.
Okay, so now my dog is doing crazy things. Okay, so you can actually.
I was on mute. That's why it was that awful. So sorry.
Well, I forgot about having two microphones running with speakers, so you guys can't actually do that. But it's very easy to contact people. Sandra and I have done it before, where if you just want to have a quick face-to-face chat, and you're in different countries, you can still do it, and it's very easy and quick. It's kind of like having, the FaceTime option across platforms. You don't have to worry if they have a Google phone or an Android phone or a Apple phone. You can get a hold of everybody at one time. So, and you can do the voice only too. You can also do the voice chat. Now, like I said, you cannot do this on the, I haven't figured out a way to do this on the desktop. For distance learning, we were talking about that a little bit. You need to have a record. If you have a live class that's just on WhatsApp, it's in live time going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, they do have an option to export the chat. So you would be able to have your students log in initially and say, I'm here, then have your class in WhatsApp, and then have them say, I'm leaving when they sign out, and then you'll have a stamped record of that interaction for direct hours. It does not, for live direct hours, it does not need to be approved by TWC. That's already established. If it's a social media chat and you can show that it's in live time, those count for direct hours. If you guys during this week, if you want to create a group and invite us, send us the link and we'll get it out in that demo group to everybody else, and then you can we can join your groups to make sure they're working, or you can practice with your staff or your students. Okay, so really quickly, what kinds of things could you use WhatsApp group for? We already talked about using it for students. Anything else? What kinds of things? Supplemental instructors and tutors. Okay, very nice. Can you think of any other ways that you might use this app in your local program? Sorry, I got a clicky keyboard. In your local program? Conferences. All right. I like that one too. Conferences. To record attendance. Ashley says, oh, I am all over this already. Okay, so those are great. So there's it's got a lot of versatility. There's a lot of ways you can use it. Some people use it when they're planning weddings or, bridal showers, baby showers. Use it for family that's traveling. I know a lot of, I'm a military brat, so a lot of my military colleagues, they use it a lot to keep in contact when people are deployed. So it's really a versatile tool. And it's free. I'm just amazed that it's free. They got to be collecting some sort of data, but I don't know what it is. All right. Are there any other questions, basic questions? This is just a taste to get you started. You'll have to go play with it yourself. But does this give you an idea of how to get started? And do you have any basic questions that I might be able to answer? Ashley says she's recruiting staff. We're going to use it during enrollment, distance learning, and face-to-face classes. Great. Super excited. Just in time for the new year. Great webinar. Thank you. How do you archive the chats? Denise, is that what you're asking about? Yes, okay. So if I wanted to well, there's a couple of ways. I'm trying to remember what's going to be the easiest way to do it. What's going to be the easiest way to do this? You can just click these, and then you can forward them to yourself. But there is an export, and I'm not sure why I'm not seeing the export. Let's go back up that one. Here it is. Okay, so go under More and your settings, and then you can export the chat. Let's see if we can figure that out real quick. I don't see the More. Oh, over here. I'm sorry. I remember now. It's over here. But for some reason, it's not showing me the More button on this particular group. I'd have to do some research to find out why that is.
Glenda, a general question related to this, if we have 1 minute, and that is once she exports it and she saves it, that's how she can save the documentation, right? For all of
right, yeah. You know what?
Okay.
I know I've done it, so I just am drawing a blank about where I got it from. So archive chat, but if I do that, I think it gets rid of everything. Yeah. So that doesn't help me any. Undo.
Here's a question. Does WhatsApp, this may help you, Denise, is WhatsApp have YouTube videos or any kind of online community where people share what they're learning, or is there like a help desk that you can ask questions about some of these other tech tools?
Yeah, if you go to the WhatsApp site, they've got a lot of frequently asked questions and their features. They have a lot of little help with pictures. I like pictures. So they have a lot of things here. And I did find in some of the educational blogs how to use WhatsApp, some other ideas that I hadn't thought of. So all of those are available on the main website.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got to run. I've got a meeting at a community college here in 30 minutes that's 30 minutes away. So I really appreciate you all being so active and participating. I want to especially thank my students that showed up just to help me out and make me feel more comfortable demonstrating it since we've been using it for a while. So thank you, Ines, Martina, and Sandra, and Antonia for doing it for me. And I'm going to give the ball back to you so you can close up and I can run away.
All right. Thank you so much, Glenda, for joining us today. It was a great webinar. I want to thank everybody, and I also want to send a shout out to Glenda's students as well for joining us. Thank you so much. It was very impactful having you all on, and I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all for being here on this very muggy Friday. I hope you're staying cool wherever you are. And everybody have a wonderful weekend. And just as a reminder for those of you that are on, there will be no Tech and Tells in July. We're going on hiatus. I'll send out an announcement on the listserv about that. But we are back in August, right out of the gate. On August 16th, and then again on August 23rd, and Ashley will be back. Ashley Winkle will start us out in August with 2 great webinars on Plickers and Edpuzzle. Registration is already in the portal. So take care, everybody, and as I like to say, I'm going to officially close the Tech and Tell door. So everybody take care, and we'll see you next time on Tech and Tell. Bye-bye, everybody.